Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
Had to get our stream information updated, but we're all up to date here. You know, when you go back-to-back days like this, you don't always get it 100% right. So the thing is, I was just so crazy excited to jump back into this. I was excited to bring you yesterday's stream, figure out what we were doing with Nebraska. It did not work out for us, and you can see here, check out the dashboard, we have moved on to the Auburn Tigers. War Eagle. So, got my Bengal shirt. That was as close as I could get to any kind of Tiger anything. Anybody that didn't see the stream last night, get a quick look at the roster here. So certainly in better shape than what we took over at Nebraska. We've got this 5-star senior small forward. Hopefully he can carry us to some victories, along with a couple of centers here that are 3.5 stars. Pretty good ratings. Taylor here looks like a decent walk-on. A couple of decent guards back here. The issue, if you look at this roster, it's extremely senior heavy. So I noted it last night in the stream, but this is basically just going to give us like sort of a 1-year cushion that we certainly did not have at Nebraska. And I honestly think just that 1 year will make enough of a difference that I could do exactly what I did there and be good to go. Now, clearly the difference here is if we take a look at school info, our prestige is a good 17 points higher. So we actually have 6 open scholarships right now, and we haven't even gotten into transfers yet. Hopefully, none of these guys that we're expecting to play big minutes this year transfer out. So we've got some talent this year. We have no kind of guard play to speak of whatsoever, but Auburn really doesn't have a whole lot of history here. Having this kind of prestige is going to give me enough of a foothold, I think, going along with this roster. I think, hopefully, we can hang out here and make a big run out of it and turn Auburn into a national power. So, it's June 26th here. It's time to jump into these recruits. And, guys, I can't say it enough. I'm super excited about this save. Super excited to be bringing you guys this. Hey, what's up, Brees? Thanks for joining in again tonight, buddy. I think we're going to have some good stuff in this stream. But I'm so excited about it. I will at least get through recruiting. Same as last night. No promises. I'll at least get you through recruiting. But I'm fired up. I got the chores done. Hopefully everyone upstairs is occupied. So beyond recruiting, we'll just see. We'll see what kind of chaos is going on that I can hear in the background. And we'll go from there. We'll play it by ear. But let's jump right into it. All we did for this year was stick to the Southeast. Yeah, Auburn's going to be much better than Nebraska, I guarantee. Now, actually, it's going to be funny because Nebraska, with the roster I built for them, they're going to creep into the top 25. With the roster, the senior laden roster Auburn already has, it'll depend on our guard play. It will. Anybody that was in stream last night and watched me set up strategy, I did tweak it just a little bit more. I looked, having such bad guards, but a really senior-heavy team, I actually leaned a little bit heavier into the sets they knew, the 5 out and the shuffle, and backed a little bit off of that triangle that I want to put in. So I set it to 45, 45, and 10 instead of 40, 40, and 20. So not a huge change, but I did do that in the background. But we're going to stick in the Southeast. We got 6 scholarships. We're just going to try to recruit across the board because after these seniors go, we are going to need everything. I fully expect in year 2 to be in the same place that Nebraska was. Oh, no, if I get fired for losing to Nebraska, I will have to, I don't know, I'll lose my mind. I'll lose my mind. I wouldn't mind losing to Tulane. I know that they're set up, although my recruits ought to be shuffling out of there, so they're probably going to be dropping off. I think Simmons is probably in his senior year now at Tulane. It'll be interesting to see where he gets drafted. But we're going to need, this is the second season at Auburn is going to be a lot like the second season at Nebraska. The difference is I'd imagine I'll be closer to 80 or 90% job security instead of 60 because I should at least hit some targets this year. But next year we're going to be extremely young. But let's just go right across the board. We're going to stick Southeast. Southeast got so much talent. You can see there the kind of 5-star players they've got. I mean, 5 point guards that are all in the top 25 in the nation. Southeast is loaded with talent. Blazer, what's up, buddy? Agalia, we're not losing anything to Kentucky. Auburn is about to throw Kentucky out of the SEC. When I had my Georgia save, and I think this is going to be a lot like my Georgia save. When I had my Georgia save, Kentucky was completely irrelevant. Just like they are in the NCBA, just like they are in real life. Kentucky's irrelevant. It was all... In my other save, it was all Georgia, and Georgia Tech was pretty good. Alabama was good for a long time. Florida was the real powerhouse in that one. They had a great coach. At Nebraska, we got fired after year 3, Blazer. We did our best. We dropped a couple of... We had opportunities to meet our goals, and we just lost 2 or 3 games that, there was just no getting over it. We couldn't quite get over that hump. I think we went 13-16 in the third year with all my freshmen and sophomores starting and playing heavy minutes, and absolutely zero assistance from the upperclassmen. I think there was one junior or senior power forward that was playing 8 minutes a game, and that was literally the extent of it. So Nebraska was just such a depleted roster, and I would have liked to have turned it around, but I don't know. You can't bring in, when you're 37 prestige in the Great Plains, it's hard to bring in guys that can make a difference day one as freshmen and sophomores. A little bit higher prestige, like here at Auburn, we could probably do it. Once you get to some of the bigger schools, you can definitely do it. Even being in a different region, maybe it's a little bit easier, but we needed one more year to get a foothold, and we just missed it. Yeah, the firing was actually last night. I was pretty excited about getting into the save because I knew it was going to be a make-or-break year. We did all of the recruiting. We did all of the games. All of it's last night. You can jump in. I know Chris has already got that posted, so you can jump in and check out that entire thing. It looked good. The entire season looked good right until it didn't. With 2 games left, it was still pretty much a toss-up as to whether we could meet all of our goals or whether we wouldn't. And then we just dropped both of those games. So it didn't work out. We're ripping the rear view mirror off. We're jumping headfirst into Auburn. So we're going to load it up as we always do here. We're staying in region. We're grabbing guys that we are relatively certain we need to check the GPA. If anybody's been watching my tips videos, first thing, know your GPA. Now, the first couple of years, Blazer, it's always a struggle when you take over a new team because good teams don't fire the coaches. You could get lucky and get something like Duke where Coach K retires and you move in and you take over a decent roster. But for the most part, good teams don't fire their coaches. It's bad teams. So you got to go in and rebuild. But they still have the same expectations. So you got to get in there and build it. I've struggled every single year right until you cross over that hump. Go back in this. I almost got fired at Florida A&M. It was close at Tulane for a minute, so it always happens. Get out of here with that. Never as bad as cards. So we're at a 920 SAT. That's fairly standard, where a 2.4 GPA right around that area is going to be roughly the breaking point. Some guys below that will still make the SAT. Some guys above it may miss. But we're going to go ahead and add all these guys right here. Yeah. Because down here, these guys have interest. Gray and Hardy are really the only questionable ones, but too much talent to let them sit. He's got interest, so I'm okay with him. Just looking to see if we have anybody in state, which we don't. So I'm going to actually leave it at 8 guys. And then we'll see. I'll grab 8 guys for each position. I'll grab 8 at point guard. I'm trying to leave a handful of spots open so that if there's some 2-star guys that show up in the camp doing really good, that we've still got spots available to add them. All these guys have interest, so I'm good there. Now, no interest. These 3 guys right here, I'll bet you money none of them qualify. Skipping through all that. Normally, I would be very much against JUCOs, but we're going to be so young next year. I'll go ahead and throw him in. I don't mind throwing in a JUCO here and there in this kind of situation when we need the rebuild. Yeah, so Agalia is asking about the current roster. Check it out. If you remember, we went into Nebraska. We had one upperclassman the first year. He was decent. He moved on. Or maybe he might have been around the second year as well. But then without him, they just had nothing else. Now, this team, John Alloway, the 5-star small forward, looks solid AF. Then we've got the 2 senior big men in here that both also have some pretty decent ratings. Our guards look pretty bad, but you can see here pretty much all of our starters are going to be seniors. So we've got upperclassmen. We've got everything. We've got 3, 4, and 5. 1 and 2 is a bit of a mystery, but with this kind of talent at the 3, we should win some games. Especially, he's got help on the inside. Even Taylor here is the walk-on, 2.5 stars. We should be able to hold our own out of conference, especially at home. We should be able to hold our own in conference outside of the top 25, really at home and on the road. But you can see all the seniors here. So this year and next year is going to be complete different rosters because almost everything that's still going to be here next year is hot trash. I mean, these 2 guards I think are the best. Then you got these freshmen that are garbage. This sophomore, This freshman's trash. I mean, we've got nothing next year. But right now, this year, that's what I'm saying. This year we've got a 1-year cushion to get this going. Next year we'll be starting all my recruits. So this is absolutely a make or break year in recruiting. We've got to land some players here. Well, throw in the JUCO again. But guys, the good news is, like at Nebraska and Tulane even, we were having to create the interest for everybody. Here, like everybody in this region outside of like the top 25 players overall, they all have interest. We've got a lot of interest here. So we can still try to build interest in these very tip-top guys. But there's a lot of built-in interest even down below that. So that's definitely a good sign. I actually hired a completely new staff Agalia as soon as I got here. I was spending way too much on coaches that were absolutely not good. So you can take a look here at what I hired. Actually, first we can take a look at how my coaches developed. So you can see here the defensive skill all the way up into the 90s. My recruiting's up to 84. My player development, 93. That's looking good. My scouting and offensive skill are lagging a little bit behind, but my coach is basically there. I'm above, as far as these numbers go, I'm above the majority of the coaches that are going to be in game. So I hired Joe Pasternak as my recruiter. He's making $85 a year. His recruiting is just shy of 70. For this kind of money, and think about it, like in the NCBA, we're bringing in guys that are like 90, 95 recruiters, but we're paying them like $180 a year. Really couldn't do that here. So 70 recruiting for $85K a year was a pretty good steal in my opinion. So we brought this guy in to be the practice coach. We tried for a couple of better coaches, and it just really wasn't working out. We still got somebody that's decent at player development. Paying him $45 a year, that we might be overpaying him a touch. Maybe he's more like high 30s to 40. And then we brought in OJ Butler to scout. And again, 40 a year is probably overpaying a little, but he's a decent scout. 48's decent. So we put some money into our staff. May have paid a little heavy for these guys, but to be quite honest, I was wanting to get through I had just gotten fired. I just got this job, and I was so excited to get through that off season and jump in and see this roster. I got to a point where I may have overpaid $5,000 or $10,000 combined for these guys, but it won't. I don't think it'll make a huge difference. We offset it by only going to the Southeast region camp, only get in the Southeast region report. And so I think that money-wise, we'll be fine. It'll work out. So I believe, do I have my call-in watch list on centers? Did I already add them? Yes. All right, so I've got a nice call watch list built out. Let's go ahead. Look at that. These top guys, nobody's turning us down for visits. Oh. Yeah, this is going to turn around quick and in a hurry. For sure. Yeah, 15 years went fast, dude. I can't believe it's been that long, for real. Every time I look up and see what year it is in game, it's kind of surprising. But, 5 years at Florida A&M, 6 years at Tulane, and then 3 at Nebraska, and here we are. So it happens quick. It'll be interesting. Hopefully in another 15 years, Auburn will be a national power with some national championship banners hanging in the rafters. That's definitely... Oh, shoot. That was not who I was just on the phone with. That's definitely my goal. That's where I think we can get them. This is going to be a great jumping off point to really kick this save into high gear. All right, so we cleared out one of these centers. Get some recruiting going. Now, we ought to have a couple weeks of camps, but they're not going to be our camps, so it's not really a huge deal for us to be looking at right this second. See there? Look. Took the visit, got a little interest. Love to see it. Love to see it. We're going to have a lot of SEC runner-up banners. You think Florida's that good? They might be. Florida's usually good. Alabama's usually good. Arkansas, sometimes Tennessee can jump up and surprise you. Can't think anybody else in the SEC that's worth a shit. But, yeah, Florida and Alabama, some of those teams can jump up and be good. You're right. Perry Wise, I got to mess with you, Agelia. Perry Wise did not care for the visit. Jantuan Riddle appreciated it, and Daly appreciated it. So let's get our national camps going. I went ahead and went to Indy. Sometimes, the heck with it. We're going to go to Indy because we want those top 100 players, and I'm really glad that I did because looking at that list, I think we can probably, if not everybody, if not completely just stick in the top 100, we can at least mostly stick in the top 100 as far as the guys that we're bringing in, I hope, because we do have enough interest that should be the case. So taking a look here at the national camp, we've got a power forward from Florida in the Southeast that was top 5. Got a power forward from Louisville, Kentucky, and the point guard from South Carolina. So 3 guys in the top 5 at Indy are all in our region. So that's going to be Heyman, Chambliss, and Reyes. Reyes is on our list. Chambliss is on our list. And Heyman. So all 3 of them are already on our list. We've got some good-looking players on our list. Did very well at Indy. Let's take a look here at East Coast Jam. Tony Baino from California, the MVP. So John Castle, a power forward in Mississippi. Let's see, is Castle on our list? I think I should just be able to click right here. If he's got interest, which he does, and a 3.2 GPA, yeah, we're 9th on his list. So Castle's another good one for sure. I'm not even going down into Georgia. I honestly think with the prestige that we have at this school, and along with my coach's recruiting and my assistant's recruiting, I don't think that we need to mess around with the guys at the Georgia camp anymore. If we get to that point, I never delete these emails, so if I get to that point, so be it. We'll come back and take a look at it. So we'll run through this West Coast camp. We're not recruiting it at all right now, so we can skip right on past it, jump in here, and set up some more visits. So we can probably remove Perry Wise from this list. Let's not waste time here. But we definitely would like some kind of big-time center. Let's jump over here and, well, hold on. since he's got some interest now, let's unlock some of these pitch areas for the top center in the region. Find out what he's interested in. Make sure we can make those in-home visits pay off when we get to that point, because they're going to be huge. Now, 85 recruiting on our head coach, we can bring in some players, guys. It's going to happen right here. And we got playing time galore available next season, so anybody in the country that wants playing time should be knocking down our door. That's for certain. So we got through that. We do want to watch some film, so let's jump over here to these power forwards. Heyman and Chambliss, the two big-time guys. Number 6 and number 7 nationally, number 1 and 2 as far as power forwards go. Both in the region, neither one in-state. I don't think... Auburn's in Alabama, right? That's why there's the huge rivalry. Oh, the city is actually Auburn, Alabama. I don't think I ever knew that. All right, so... yeah, I don't know that Alabama is a huge state for basketball talent, but the Southeast certainly can make up for that. So let's get through this week. Somebody in chat needs to speak up. I can't have this Agalia nonsense about SEC runner-up banners being the last comment. It just makes me want to spend the whole stream talking trash. Yeah, Blaze, you never know. You can't worry about, I know Blazer's talking in chat about his Virginia team in the NCBA, maybe being on probation, losing some scholarships this year. You can't worry about that. If that's the situation you get handed, so be it. Just make sure, the main thing to focus on is make sure that you use the scholarships that you have correctly. Don't waste scholarships just to bring in some bodies and bring in stiffs. The worst thing in the world, in my opinion, in this game is to bring in bad players, and then people want to be like, oh, well, maybe they'll develop, so I'll redshirt them, and you just eat a scholarship for 5 years with nothing. Oh, the boss threatening you. Yikes. All right, so everybody enjoyed the visit. We don't care what happened at Vegas. We don't care what's going to happen in Houston. Keep those emails around in case of emergencies, but we don't care what's going to happen in Chicago. And let's set up. Look, I've still got, from when I was at Florida A&M, I've still got that pipeline into Florida, so that could help us out here. Let's get those fellas in for visits. And let's get some more of these pitch areas unlocked. Hold on, real quick, let me just get film on another position. All right, now let's move back to power forward. Get some information on Kenny Chambliss. You gonna run the ACC this season? I don't know, man. You know what? At Louisville in the NCBA, I didn't bring in a ton of huge names. It's been a couple of years since I've gotten reports and actually shown up for the in-home recruiting, so I've definitely been behind the 8 ball, but I've consistently brought in solid players, no superstars, but plenty of guys that'll be good 3 and 4 year players. So hopefully, I lost my point guard from last year, so I really got to hope that one of these guys I've got at point guard can carry that mantle, but otherwise I'll be all right. Pipelines don't go away, really. That would be interesting. I'm not sure. I've played plenty of saves to the point where I've gotten pipelines. I don't know that I've played them long enough to ever even see if they do or don't disappear. So if you say they don't, I will take your word for that. I know they definitely attach to the coach, not the school, because this has followed me around through 3 or 4 different schools now. Chambliss did not care for the visit. That's unfortunate. Neither did Simon Heyman. So the 2 really big-time power forwards that were both top 5 at Indy, neither of them cared for their visit. So it's disappointing, but, certainly not the end of the world by any means. We've got other options here. This week, we actually can't do any visits, so let's just grab film on some shooting guards. And let's call them up. a Massachusetts pipeline for 20 years. That's crazy. Did you start off at one of the Northeast schools to get that? Or, and like, have you moved schools, or are you still at the same school? All right, Collins got us on his list. That's good to see. Got a little bit of time left. Let's call up Al Whitehead. See what he's got to say. Not a lot, not a lot. Got some stuff unlocked, though. We're moving. Get through this dead period. Get back to visits. Oh, this is the thing about they're going to run. Oh, they're running Memphis today. All right. Let's go ahead and sim that so that we can see what Memphis got going on. Merrimack. All right. I don't think I even knew where Merrimack was, but definitely interesting. All right, so a couple of these guys we've called are going to be in this camp. Simon Heyman and Shambles are both going to be in the camp. So I'm betting you these two guys were top 5 in this camp as well. These camp results are fairly consistent. At least one of them will be guaranteed. So there's Heyman. He's the MVP. Shambles was second. So Ben Deli was third. And then Archibald and Henderson. So a couple of small forwards there. Henderson, they're both on our list. Deli's on our list. All right. Man, it sucks that Merrimack's the lowest prestige school in the game. Are you sure they're worse than Florida A&M? You might want to double check that one. Let's check out these centers. So Deli did well. I don't think Riddle attended, right? Oh, he was in the top 25. So Deli actually outplayed him. So he was decent at Indy. Did Deli go? He was top 25 at Indy and top 5 here. So you can pretty much bet, regardless of where these stats are, what that tells me is Deli is probably a little bit more developed right now. Riddle has a higher upside. And you can see, and Riddle may be better. There may be other issues going on. Stat-wise, he's crushing him on blocks and rebounds per game. Let's see if we get any kind of insight into this. It worries me he's not even top 10 at Memphis. And guys, I've brought in these kind of players before in other saves. Top 10, top 15 guys, especially big men. And they'll come in and they're ranked like 2 stars. They sit the bench all year and then turn pro. That's why I pay so much attention to these camp results. I'm not dealing with it. Deli, on the other hand, he's tremendous work ethic, first of all. Then he's top 25 at Indy. No problems with injuries. And he's top 5 at Memphis. Plus, we're in his top 10. I mean, this is a no-brainer. On top of all that, Riddle, those top 20 to 25 guys are the ones that are potential one-and-dones. Outside of that, I rarely, if ever, see guys go one-and-done. So not only do I think this guy's the better player, but he's also probably more likely to stick around. That's a guaranteed offer right there. We've got everything unlocked for him, so I'm set as far as my offer at center. All right, see what else we got here. Okay, now Lynton Collins, he's top 25 at Memphis. We're number 4 on his list. He was decent at Indy, and he's in state, so that's intriguing. He was top, Whitehead there was top 25 at Indy and top 10 at Memphis. So again, Whitehead probably a little bit ahead of Collins at this point. So Collins is in state, but Whitehead, where are we at? Let's bring these guys in for campus visits. And actually, let's scout Whitehead live. Ooh, small forward. Was it Henderson and Archibald that were so good? Let's scout Henderson live. And we'll go grab Deli. Scout him live. Jump back in and unlock some of these pitch areas for Henderson. So excited to see what this class ends up looking like. We are a long, long way away from our 4 prestige program at Florida A&M. All right, so we got some good pitch areas open up for him. And I told the guys on this, oh, we're second on his list. He's top 25 at Indy. Tremendous work ethic. Top 5 at Memphis. So Archibald bringing heat as well. Whew. Let's call him up, see what he's got. But again, I told the guys on the stream last night, for anyone that wasn't here, first of all, you should have been here. I don't know where y'all were at. But secondly, we had our Rattler Hiss, we had our Tulane Green Wave, we were shucking corn at Nebraska. I'm not doing a War Eagle. I'm not sitting down here and screeching. So I think when it's big time Auburn basketball, we're going with Barkley. We're going full on. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. It's the SEC, baby. It's all about that Auburn basketball. So that's going to be our deal here with Auburn. I don't think we've grabbed film on our point guards yet. We've got ratings on them because we've probably seen most of them in a camp. All right, we're out of time. We're out of scouting live. We're out of hosting. So get through another summer camp. Get through this week. Oh yeah, there's still 5. There's still like 5. We haven't got to the point guards yet, and that's where some ridiculous talent is at. This would actually be a great place, like, to grab a couple of guys, because if we could get anybody up here, and then double them up with somebody that would stick around for a couple of years, that would be ideal. Grab us a one and done, and then also grab us the point guard of the future. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these point guards. See if we can't get a little bit of pitch area unlock going on here. Oh, he's gonna go get something to eat. He wants us to call him back. Maybe next week. Andy Faulkner. What do you got, buddy? Are you interested in playing time? Because we've got it in spades. Oh, he's looking for conference prestige. So that's all right. The SEC can hang there. It's not quite the Big Ten, I don't think, prestige-wise, but, it's not the horizon. We're all right. All right, so hosting's done. Calls are done. All that good stuff's done. Sim a week. All right, so we're moving into August. It's about that time where each week we're going to pick a position, go through, and try to hone in on where our offer is going to go out. Still, we got a lot of talent to go through this time, so none of these guys, none of them have any interest. Hardy actually has a little bit now, so we need to stick here looking for somebody that's willing to talk to us. Ooh, we had some bad visits that week. Yeah, what's your interest, man? Not in the mix. That's all right. We'll get there. Gray. This is the one I was definitely worried a little bit about his GPA. Now, we've talked him into a little bit of interest. But he's definitely questionable as far as the GPA goes. Sometimes this kind of has some fun with us. Let's just move it back over to Southeast region. There we go. All right. Who was it, mid-August already? Golly. All right, so Hardy had himself a good visit. We'll see how he did at camps. He was decent at Memphis, so that's not great. Decent at Indy, decent at Memphis, so that's okay. That's okay. It's not great. How'd Corey do? He's top 25 at Indy, and he did not attend Memphis. He's into playing time and location, so it's certainly looking like this may be our best option talent-wise. GPA, I'm not too awfully impressed. Let's see how Mr. Powers did. Oh, no, he's got attitude and discipline problems. Didn't stand out at camp. No thanks. Absolutely not. Lavelle Sanders didn't stand out. No. Costello All right, so you can see here it's interesting. This is where all the talent's at, but these guys have no interest. These guys sucked at camp, so we really have like one good option, one average option. We're going to offer Gray. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to offer both of them. I don't trust Gray's GPA, and you can never have too many point guards. Collins, pretty sure we're up on his list. He was decent at Indy, top 25 at Memphis. That's not too shabby. I'm pretty sure Whitehead blew him out of the water on that, though. The only issue with him is he's not in the top 10. We're not in his top 10, rather. Sorry about that. We're not in his top 10. Let's get the rest. Oh, come on, man. Give me the rest of those pitch areas, Al. What are you interested in? I can talk about it. You know, come down, check out beautiful Auburn, Alabama. Come on, man. Come on. I know you want to come be the two guard of the future. An all-timer. Well, come build this program with me, Al. All right, what's he interested in? Location for sure, that's fine. Facilities, we can hang with facilities. You know, we're not one of the top programs. We can hang with that. All right. So we can take a peek here at McDaniel and Williams. He didn't stand out at Memphis. Neither did he. We're actually number 1 on Williams' list, so not too shabby, but that's not where we want to go with our offer. Small forward, we need to get some campus visits rolling. Henderson, I believe, yeah, top 25 at Indy, top 5 at Memphis, so he was definitely solid. Was Archibald better than that, actually? Top 25 at Indy, tremendous work ethic, top 5 at Memphis, and we're number 2 on his list, and he's in state. So, right there, Damon Archibald, that's an offer for certain. Let's get facilities unlocked on him. And if I didn't get facilities on him, I probably also didn't ask about the parents. So, you know, I always like to do that. It's like one of those superstitious kind of things. I like to do all of those questions just because I feel like, you know, maybe it helps. Maybe there's something in the background, or maybe it's just me imagining things, but I like to do it. Did I skip over? Okay. The cool thing is here, with this level of prestige, all of these guys, anybody we offer for an on-campus visit is straight away accepting it. Now, if we stretch out nationwide, I don't think that would be the case, but for now, that's working out for us. So, let's see here. How did Castle do? So, we're on his list. Top 10 at Memphis, and his GPA looks just fine. I didn't see any negative notes, so there's our 6 offers, folks. All we're doing now is rolling through here, trying to generate more interest from other players and make sure that we unlock all of the pitch areas on the guys that we've offered. With Castle, I'm honestly not certain. Yeah, we unlocked him. There's Delhi. He's unlocked. Archibald unlocked. 2 more guys to check, and then it's just hosting from here on out. All right, we got our hosting out for this week. It's, well, we got two more weeks of this. And we're rolling, guys. Hopefully, man. I'd love to just nail this first class. That would be awesome. Let's get all these point guards. I'm certainly worried about them the most early. Center always worries me. Then we'll jump over and check out those power forwards too, because I know we don't have a whole lot of interest out of those very, very top guys. So, you know, we've got good options that we've offered. The danger is, I don't know how deep this goes. You know, if we miss out on first options, I don't know how that second and third option looks in some of these positions. So that's why we keep on hosting players. We still got over 25,000, and there's our first guy that's declined to come visit. But they tend to do that once they get pretty low down on the rankings, and they expect you to sign big-time players. So, we still got well over $25,000 here headed into these in-home visits. So this should be exciting. So we know nobody's made a decision yet because we didn't lose any scholarships. Let's see here. Let's go through this. Look at that. Allaway nominated for the Norton. Some UK losers, number 1. Let's see here. North Carolina, the Zags. So Allaway's the number 10. Number 10, ahead of Jeremy Simmons. So this is kind of like, this is a little, what's up, Breeze? Glad to have you back, buddy. This is a little bit reciprocal here because I recruited Jeremy Simmons to Tulane. He's number 12, and now I'm inheriting John Allaway. So, I can appreciate that. I like that. Let's see if we got anything else going on out there. Anybody else at Tulane? Maybe that point guard from Nebraska. Nothing else yet. My Nebraska guys are just now juniors, and they were relatively low recruits, so give them another year to develop. Nebraska may have a Norton candidate on their hands. Let's get through all that. Just taking a quick look at some of these visits. All right. So here we are. We got 4 in-home visits for 6 scholarship offers. We're going to start with center. He wants to hear about discipline. I need to double check. Usually I set my discipline pretty high. Very high discipline. Yeah, so we can definitely go and talk to Daly about discipline. Breeze, you didn't miss much of anything. We just ran through camps. We made our offers. And you'll see the guys that we offered as we go through here. We're going to talk to him about discipline. I'm going to go with the power forward here just because we don't have a whole lot of options. So he's into location, facilities, academics. Let's stick with location here. I would kind of like to go facilities. Let's try location first, and then maybe we come off of it later. I think we have options at shooting guards. So I'm going to hit small forward. I think Archibald is a heck of a player. He wants to hear about location. He's an in-state guy. I got you, buddy. Come check out beautiful Auburn, Alabama. And then obviously, we hit the point. Look at that. Look at the Ville. Picking up Andy Faulkner out of Kentucky. Big-time recruit for them. Shoot. So Gray is actually a little bit cool on us now. He's really into playing time and location, though. What's Hardy into? Location, playing time, and facilities. He's only decent at Memphis. I think Gray was the good option. Playing time and location for him. Let's go talk to him about playing time. All right, so all of the point guards have already visited. Let's bring in some more 2 guards. Pop over to the inbox so we don't give anything away too early. And let's see if we get some commitments here in week 1. It's always nerve-wracking. The ones I'd really like to see are the ones that we were high on their list. Like, I think we were high on Archibald's, right? Fingers crossed, folks. Deli and Archibald, 2 huge recruits. They could be the future of Auburn basketball. Deli is coming. War Eagle. That's right. Archibald's coming too. Woo! So, right out of the gate, 2 decisions, 2 commitments. Both of them very, very good players. Now we just really need to get set up at those guard positions. And if we can get that, it's over, guys. It's over. Auburn is going to be... this starts that path. Guys like that build these programs. If I land all of these guys I've offered, by the time these guys are juniors, this is easily a top 20, top 15 kind of program. All right, so Cray was impressed with the visit. Love to see that. Castle, he's thinking about it. The AD wants to talk about scheduling. We'll get there. Let's keep chugging through these recruitments. Right back to Corey Cray. Well, we got Weiss going to Maryland. Ali Reyes going to the Gators. All right, Gray, he was a playing time kind of guy. We're up to number 5 on his list. Hardy, he's all about that location. So that's what we're going to give him. Whitehead, number 5. All right, so he's about location and facilities. He's out of Mississippi. We'll give him the location, I think. And the power forward. Oh, look at that. Kenny Shannon. And Louisville pulled themselves a recruiting class, didn't they? What does Castle want to hear about? Oh, he's really big into academics. And then location and facilities. And the parents are into facilities too, but they don't have a ton of control. What? Let's talk about academics. I know ours aren't terrible. We can try. It's one of them academic schools, as I think Lancaster Gordon once famously said. I think it was Lancaster Gordon. I know it was one of the Cardinals back in the 80s. All right. I think we're going to get our schedule here. Now let's see what this looks like. We got to go to Louisville. I'm glad we're not going to have to play this recruiting class that they're bringing in right now. I don't know how they actually are in game. San Diego at home, that'll be a tough one. The rest of this should be relatively easy. And then we're just going to have to see how the SEC goes. Looks like UK's in the top 10. Alabama also ranked. Florida ranked. And outside of that, not a whole lot. So, whew, man. I really hope, if the rest of this recruiting season goes the way that it started off, I might have to sim like 3 seasons tonight. Oh, look. All right, so I didn't get off this screen fast enough and spoiled it for myself. Corey Gray, the point guard, has given us a verbal. So that's big time, folks. Now, the big thing there is going to be we got to watch his GPA, or not his GPA. We got to watch his SAT score. And, of course, we'll get the tip-off sometime in November when these guys sign their letters of intent. All right, so Corey Gray committed, and the bad news is Castle and Hardy have also given us decisions, and they didn't commit. So let's see here. Michael Hardy headed to West Virginia, and John Castle going to Tulane. You jerk. What did I do to myself? He's going to Tulane. You got to be kidding me. The Green Wave, stealing my recruits. The program I built, pulling the rug out from underneath the program I'm trying to build. We got to find ourselves another power forward, and we're also going to need a little bit of depth there at that point guard position. So let's start working on that. Power forwards. So we do have this junior college player. I mean, he's quite the scorer, decent rebounder. Let's see how these other fellas did in camps. So here's a hard-working kid that didn't stand out at Memphis. Another one that didn't stand out at Memphis. Bart. Oh, he's top 25 at Memphis. Look at that. Yeah, I bet it's that money. You know, I set them up for all the success, and now they bring in some coach that just pays recruits or some nonsense. I guarantee it. So Bart, he's in a playing time, location, facilities. No problem with injuries. Top 25 at Memphis. He was decent at Indy. Not a leader, but not a problem. So I like Bart. He's got a 3.2. You know, his rebounding numbers don't look great, but his scoring is you can't really compare a JUCO to a guy that's in high school. That's not really fair. The JUCO guys got a little bit better stats, but they're so iffy. In that GPA, I understand like the JUCO guys are always going to qualify. A JUCO will never fail to qualify for your school, but once they get there, they can very much be academically ineligible. Bart Jackson carries a 3.2. I feel good about him. Let's get that offer out. We don't need to unlock anything else. He wants to hear about location. We can make that happen for him. Oh, we're number 1 on Whitehead's list. Hammer home that location. We need to offer another point guard, don't we? All right, so let's see what we've got here. Nothing. Not a lot there either. Lavelle Sanders, no. So these point guards are looking rough. I don't know if we try to go out of region somewhere. Decent at Indy. And top 25 at Memphis. Might just go with 2 shooting guards, actually. Yeah, let's go 2 shooting guards. And let's talk to him about location. All right, so we got 3 commitments. We got 3 offers out along with 3 visits, so we can go out and visit one other person. I mean, where do we want to put that? Let's put it into a power forward. We're already visiting Bart. Let's go visit the JUCO. We'll talk about conference prestige. I don't feel like unlocking anything on him just yet when he's really, really a backup option, to be honest. So we want to go take a look here in the middle of this. Chris wants to take a quick look at our Tulane staff, see who's running that program now. I do not remember what conference are they in. The AAC, right? The American? Here's Tulane. Take a look at that staff. So, I mean, not a crazy recruiter here. Greg Lansing a little bit better. He's recruiting with a 66 ability. The head coach Ogden at a 48. I left and they couldn't replace me unless they spent some dollar bills, y'all. So I'm not worried about that. They're going to get popped on probation and fall right back where they were before I got there. That's my bold prediction. So, over to the recruiting. Wait, he has a national champ. Oh, yeah. Tulane won the national championship. Like, my second year at Nebraska. You don't remember that? Tulane won a national championship immediately after I left, like 1 or 2 years. With all my players. All right, we can still host some recruits. Oh, right, that's the one that never wants to come. All right. See what happens. We can bounce over and check that school history if we want to at some point. I'm kind of interested in seeing how these games go, to be quite honest. Like, it's only 7 o'clock. I'm interested in seeing... Yeah, what's up, everybody in the stream? Appreciate all y'all jumping in. Chris is in chat, giving y'all the shout-out. But, I'm more than happy to bounce around and check out stats and check out different guys. To be quite honest, whew, and there you can see we landed Whitehead and Collins in this round, and we didn't lose anybody because we got 0 available scholarships. Anyway, what I was saying, I'm always happy to jump around and check out stats and stuff, guys, but I'm so crazy excited to get into this season, get into these games. And to be quite honest, it's only 7 o'clock. If I can roll over and get into some next season too, I'm going to do it. I'm pushing it as far as it'll go tonight. Y'all are probably going to have to stare at my chair once or twice as I run up and, take care of some business. But I'm going to push it to the limit. You all might see my wife come down here and murder me on stream tonight. We're going to see what we can do. I'm not promising anything at all. So we already know we got Collins and Whitehead, but we also know we didn't lose anybody. We brought in Bart Jackson. So, folks, we lost 2 recruits. We made 8 offers, only lost 2. So, this is going to be sick, you guys. This is going to be so sick. Check out this recruiting class. Oh my God. The only thing that could hold us back at all is if Corey Gray doesn't qualify. Even if that's the case, Whitehead and Collins are great. I would have no problem starting these two guys at my two guard positions next year if I had to. I would much rather bring in Gray, especially seeing as how he's my only 5-star guy. Bart Jackson is a little bit lower ranked, but he's actually jumped up, right? Wasn't he like a 2 or 3 star? And he's jumped up now? Right? He's jumped up. So Deli and Archibald, this is right here. Gray is the only player potentially that won't be here for 4 years, disregarding transfers. You know, somebody comes in with a bad attitude, maybe they leave. But, you know, you've heard of your Fab Four. Just wait until, what do you call it? What is this, a sensational 6? This is the Auburn Tigers' sensational 6. Yeah, Lord, I got fired from Nebraska last night. I streamed last night. I was really excited to see if I could get through my 3rd season with Nebraska because we were on the cusp of turning them around, and we just couldn't make it. So we're no longer with Nebraska, but, you know, we did it in the true American spirit. We failed upwards. So we got fired from 37 prestige Nebraska. We went to 52 prestige Auburn. And now here we are landing a monster recruiting class in our very first year. Guys, this is a top 10 recruiting class. It's going to be borderline top 5, I think. Does it tell you how much they changed? Yeah, look at that. Whew. Look at the change in rankings right there. Random Task called it out. So he was 419 all the way up to 100. The rebounds per game, you know, you can't really fake this. So he's probably not going to be a prolific rebounder. And you can see here our scouts evaluated him pretty poorly at that. He's more of an inside scorer. You know, he's got a B in scoring, an A in inside shooting. He can pass and handle. Certainly probably going to come in handy on our shuffle because I think that involves some big men getting out. He can play defense. So he's going to be a player, though. Quite happy with that. So let's jump into that. We're done with recruiting. That's all there is. You know, the transfers are done. Our scholarships are out. These guys have committed. The only way we're doing any more recruiting this season is if Gray doesn't qualify on his SAT. So let's jump over to the dashboard. What we do need to do right now is make sure we've got our depth set up. And if we leave this up to the AI, it wants to play Hobbs instead of Matthews. No, I'm not so sure that's the way I want to roll with it. These guys are both seniors. Hobbs is also a senior. Let's take a look here at the roster. Sometimes the AI knows what it's talking about, and sometimes it does not. So what we're looking at really here is Hobbs and Matthews. So I'm kind of comparing these guys. I'm putting my fingers up to the screen so I can kind of see which row we're on here. All right, so Hobbs, Matthews is a little bit better inside score, a little bit better jumper, not as good free throws, better scorer, better passer, better handler, better rebounder, all across the board, better defense. Now, there's no question here. Matthews is the guy. Oh, man, this is the first time you got to join us live. That's awesome, buddy. So glad to have you. You know, sometimes I try to throw some weird streams out like different times of day and whatnot so some different people can join. I really, you know, I feel bad that you haven't been able to join before, but I'm so glad to have you on here tonight. This is always a whole lot of fun. It's fun to chat with you guys, kind of hear what y'all are interested in. If you want to see different things and whatnot, like I said, I'm happy to show you anything you'd like. At the same time, I do want to try to get through as much of this as we can tonight. I'd love to get through this season and see what these freshmen that we just recruited come in looking like. But if there's things you guys want to see, shout them out. Much like we just did for that power forward position. I want to take a look here at these guards. So they're starting, I'm pretty sure they're starting Williams. No, they're starting Polly Slane Williams is a backup. Poley, Slane, Williams, and Robinson are really the guards we want to look at here. We'll probably be able to see what's going on once we jump in here. So, first of all, point guard. Handling and passing is what I'm looking for out of a point guard. And I certainly appreciate an upperclassman who knows how to run the offense. So, how is it Coley over Williams? Explain that to me. Coley's a better scorer. They're the same at passing. Williams is a better handler. Coley can rebound a little bit better defense, steals. Okay, I see where they're coming from to some degree. Let's see how he knows the offense and defense. Not well. We're going to let Williams handle that point guard duty for us. So the other ones we're looking at are Slane and Moore. So Moore can shoot lights out. But Slane is much, much more of a scorer. Rebounding is pretty equal. Slane's the much better defender. So we're probably sticking with Slane at that other spot. So we want to go Williams and Slane with our two guards. And probably Coley as the third guard, mixing it up. All right, and now I feel pretty good with this. We'll let the AI set the matrix, and this is how we're going to roll through this season. And then this is, all of our strategy and everything is kind of set up for a first-year sort of thing. We're trying to roll in here. They know how to run the shuffle and the 5-out, so we're going to let them run that. But we're trying to teach a little bit more of the triangle, but we're only running it rarely. And, you don't want to change it too fast. These guys know how to run the 5-out, so take advantage of that. Just because I don't personally care for it, doesn't mean you don't want to run it. It's what they know how to do. So let's... all the way playing 36 minutes a game, but he's a baller. He can handle it. I'm ready to get into these games, see what my boy Alloway's gonna do. I'm also really excited to see not only, Tulane I'm kind of losing interest in. This is the 4th year I've been gone from Tulane. So I'm interested to see how Simmons does, but the team overall is mostly not mine anymore. I'm very much interested in seeing how Nebraska does. Watch, it's going to be just like Tulane. They're going to win the championship as soon as I leave. Number one way to win a championship in college basketball: let Cards come be your coach and then fire him or let him leave, and you'll win the championship like 2 years later. All right, folks. Well, so we got 13 viewers in chat right now. Glad to have all you guys. We're streaming for the second night in a row. This might be the first time ever we've gone back-to-back nights. But, we got fired from Nebraska last night. We jumped over to the Auburn Tigers, and I couldn't be more excited to be bringing this to you right now. I thought about this all day, I swear. Y'all are extremely lucky that I didn't sim like 3 seasons today when I was just sitting around thinking about it. But, No. From Tulane, I left. I got frustrated with Tulane. First of all, I'm a very, what do they call it? Superficial or whatever. I'm a superficial guy. I like my colors. I did not care. I didn't want to be coaching a green team. I don't know what to tell you. That was one of the reasons I left. But mainly I got frustrated because, we had an excellent season at Tulane. We did very well in our conference tournament. We did well in NCAAs. And we went from 39 to 41 prestige, and it pissed me off. I didn't feel like they had enough opportunities to really have big jumps in prestige. So I left there and took the job at Nebraska. I did get fired at Nebraska. Where did they come from? Oh, the coach at Nebraska. Yeah, let's go check that out real quick. It's what are you talking about? Where did they come from? But yeah, I'm with you now. Big Ten. See who we got at Nebraska. And then, guys, we're getting into some games. It's coming real soon. We're going to see what Allway's all about. See if this run for the Norton Award has any juice. Nebraska. Take a look here. Look at what are they doing? Is Piper the guard that I recruited? Or did they have guys transfer out? I think they had guys transfer out. My boys were loyal. They weren't sticking around for this nonsense. Jolly and Hart and Kraft are still there. They've moved Crosby out of the starting lineup, which is insanity. Wait, was it Crosby? Nah, they've already destroyed this team. They already destroyed him. Piper's a sophomore. That's not my guy. I mean, I did recruit him, but that's not who the shooting guard was last year. Yeah, Nebraska had, like, Jolly and Hart and even Kraft were around. Canty is one of the two big-time freshmen I brought in. It was another shooting guard, right? Mason. Sean Mason's the other big-time freshman I brought in. So Canty is starting. Mason is at least getting... Mason's actually the number one guy off the bench. So I told you that class was going to be legit, but they lost a lot of guys that I had brought in. So they're going to fall off pretty quickly. They won't be as good as I thought that they might. Lamar Thornton replaced me. 68 years old, only 9 years experience. So he's never been to the NCAA or the NIT. He's had one 20-win season. He was Conference Coach of the Year once. Never had a player drafted. Came from UNC Greensboro. Must have been something about that 7-24 season that really impressed him. He finally turns it around and then starts sliding back. This is the guy that replaced me. You wanted to see it. He's got a losing record on his career. There you go. That's what it is. That's what it is. We're not redshirting anybody. It's not how we do it. We're getting into the season, boys. We're about to play some basketball. Let's get excited. Get some college hoops going on in here. Nice little... Well, we're in November here, but... what are we, like October 26th? College basketball for real is about to come up. I can't wait. I've never been so disappointed as when the last college basketball season was canceled, man. This is my sport. I know I've been trying to bring some streams for pro football. It's a good game. I've enjoyed it. I've gotten into it. Turning the Bengals around is cool as could be. I'm a college basketball junkie for real. I love this game. I've played so much Draft Day Sports college basketball for like the past 5 years. There's no end in sight. This train's going to be rolling, so let's get some Draft Day Sports college basketball tonight, and then in about a month, hopefully we get some real college basketball. Hopefully my Louisville Cardinals don't get the program shut down or whatever over all this NCAA nonsense, but we'll see. Doesn't matter if they're playing or if it's somebody else. I'll watch college basketball anytime. Oh, here's what I need to do is change the conference. There we go. UK beating up on St. Mary's. That sounds about right. Villanova, the real Wildcats, took care of Tennessee. Ooh, Florida went on the road for a big win over Memphis. That's interesting. So, Auburn Tigers headed on the road to play Tulsa. Tulsa is one of those tough teams in the AAC. They're always tough for Tulane, and they're too much for us here in the first game of the season. Take a 14-point loss on the road, and we ate an injury, and I believe that was one of those starting inside players. So, let's take a look. No, wait. Vince Booth. Oh, I'm still in Nebraska. I was going to say, these names don't even make any sense. SEC. So, yeah. Son of a gun. It is one of the big guys, and he's 50% for 50 days. So, game number 1, we lose to Tulsa on the road, and we lose one of the 3 guys on the roster that knows how to dribble a basketball. That's not the way we wanted to get started. God bless. All right, so I guess Hobbs is back in. And move Granger up. No. Move Gordon up. Yeah, that's a tough start. You don't want to see that kind of stuff. But I guess it gets us back to the AI's preferred roster. Whatever. Jerks. breaking my guys. Hey, you not only you beat us by 14, but you break my boy's finger. I don't care for that. Now we're going to have a tough home game. Tough home game against a ranked squad. I forget who it is. I know you guys saw it. X for respects. Oh, goodness. San Diego State coming in. You know, part of me wants to back off the set pieces and let Elway just run loose. So, looks like Lord Clamel's in chat. It looks like you got a couple of job offers. You go Utah, Virginia Tech, or Tulsa. I'd personally go Utah or Virginia Tech. I'd probably slight advantage to Utah, but remember I'm a superficial kind of guy, so I like the red teams. And the closer to the University of Louisville colors you can get, the closer or the more likely it is that I like your team. So I would go Utah, but Virginia Tech will be decent. You're going to have a good conference. You got a lot of opportunities for wins. But let's see here if Auburn can sneak out a big-time home win against a top 10 ranked team. No, they cannot. Now, Slane Bright, all the way only 8-5. Where are you at? Slane dropped 20, but nobody else could get it going, and we dropped to 0-2 on the season. So I've been calling this a cushion season, and right out of the gate, we dropped one of our best players, and we're 0-2, and it's already looking bleak right out of the gate. But Corey Gray signed that LOI. Oh, yes. All 6 of our guys signed their letters of intent. As you guys know, that means they're all qualified. So, lose 2 games, lose 2 battles there, but win the war. All 6 of those guys are coming in next year. They're turning this dynasty around. They're going to be the beginning. They're my sensational 6. We're going to get it going next year for sure. We're going to get it going this year. Like, all the way, you're not going to be able to hold all the way down. I'll guarantee you that. No, we're not redshirting any of them. They're all going to have to start. Okay, we brought in 6. Only 5 can start, but 5 of them are going to start, and one of them is going to be the first player off the bench. We can't redshirt any of them. They all got to play. Every single other player on this roster, once we get through this season, everybody else on this roster is bums. Wagner at home, these are the kind of games you absolutely have to win. Allway does his thing. Oh, now look at that. Allway went 12-9, and we suffered another injury. So who? Oh, Sean Collison. We're not worried about that whatsoever. All right, so Dante Matthews back in 43 days. That's going to put us sometime around mid-January, which actually isn't so bad. Theoretically, we should be able to get through the non-conference. And, oh, did that say Shaka Smart's at UK now? Looks like Shaka Smart's the head coach at UK in this save. But anyway, we got, the non-conference schedule. We got past the hardest part of the non-conference schedule already. The rest of this should be relatively easier. And then, we'll have to go through a little bit of the conference season without him, but then Matthews will be back fairly early, really about halfway through the season. Well, now we're going on the road to Purdue, so this is going to be another relatively tough one. We had trouble with them. We had trouble with Purdue when we were at Nebraska, and being on the road there, we've got Allway. I'm not discounting any game this entire season just because we've got Allway, and he can make things happen. You never know. I don't expect to win, but you never know what a guy like a 5-star small forward, you never know what a dude like that's going to do. And there it is. Whew! Look at that, and that's not even Allway. That's a 17-point win on the road with Slane Brighton. Hobbs carrying the load. No Alloway anywhere to be seen. So that is a good look for us. Brings us back to 2-2 on the year. Breeze still looking forward to that pro basketball. Love it. Breeze, you got to check out, if you haven't already checked out Chris's videos, they're posted on the GM Games Discord. I think they're posted in like the NCBA if you're in there. You got to check out. Chris has done a ton of work with the Pro Basketball 2021 guys, and that game is looking so sharp right now. I'd highly recommend if you're into pro basketball and that's your thing, y'all are going to love that game when it comes out. And big shout out, not only, the guys at Draft Day Sports are always killing it, but Chris put a lot of work in just kind of testing that sort of thing. So that's really cool too. And I'm very excited to see, the changes and improvements that they made to Pro Basketball 21, how that slides over into Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2021. So it's going to be great. It's an awesome video, right, Breeze? Speak up for me. Give me a little bit of backup here. I can't be the only one hyping it. It's an awesome video. It's an awesome looking game. So we got East Tennessee State coming in. This should be another banger. We should take care of this. The other really exciting thing, like all of the other places I've played, like Florida A&M and Tulane and all these other places, like I try to remember, like, God, what city are they in? Like, what's the arena called? Auburn's great. They're in Auburn, Alabama, and they play in Auburn Arena. This is so easy. This is like a streamer's dream come true. East Tennessee State coming into Auburn, Alabama to play in Auburn Arena. Oh, and they beat us. Alloway pulls 12 boards but can't hit double digits. Tom Bright with 16 points. Jabari Hobbs, 0 points, and he's on the leaderboard. So, Bright and Alloway appear to be the only two that even showed up. That's an embarrassing loss. Embarrassing loss. As good as the Purdue win on the road was, that's at least as worse of a loss. That's as bad as Purdue was good, or maybe more. That's terrible. East Tennessee State. You got to be kidding me. And I'll be 100% honest. Through 5 games, Alloway is not impressing me. We can take let's play Robert Morris. Tom was making his daylight. All right. We got Wit in chat. Let's see. Give the boy one more chance. All right, there we go. Tom Bright. Still no Alloway. Slane scoring. Bright scoring. Brandon Gordon. I think he's the big man. All right, so now we're through 6 games now. Let's take a look here. What's going on stat-wise? What's Alloway doing? He's playing 30 minutes a game. Shooting 30%. 0% from 3. Averaging just under 8 points, 3 turnovers. He's getting 9 rebounds a game. Is that it? The guy just rebounds? He's number 10 on the Norton Award list, and all he can do is rebound? Yikes. All right, so not every 5-star small forward is created equal, I suppose. Alloway, very much not a scorer. We're going to need, shockingly, we're going to need one of our guards, and we thought we had nothing at guard, but Slane is actually a little bit of a scorer. Maybe not a whole lot else, but he can score. And then we're relying on that big man to carry the scoring load as well, Tom Bright. So, I don't know. I still think, given our expectations, we'll take a look here. Anybody that wasn't in stream last night probably hasn't seen this. They want us to qualify for the NCAA tournament. That's the hardest thing. But after that, it's finish top half in conference, above 500, and improve school prestige. Finish above 500, I think that's a given. Top half of conference should be doable. if we get that other player back and don't suffer any more injuries. If Allaway is just going to play on the backboard, then we definitely need Slane to continue scoring at the clip that he's currently scoring at. And if we can do that, we should be able to make at least 2, if not 3 out of those goals. So we'll see how it goes out. I still think we certainly still have more cushion than we did at Nebraska. And even if this season turned out to be a complete and utter failure, that recruiting class we're bringing in is ridiculous. So I feel good about it. All right, we got Charleston coming in. Again, this should be a beatdown, but, East Tennessee State or whatever it was should have been a beatdown, and it wasn't. So we definitely can't take anything for granted. As much as I said Allaway could do pretty much anything at any time, I no longer believe that. He does not appear to be a scorer, but we still take care of that. Now, there was Allaway, 20 points. So, maybe he's got to get the right matchup. You find a team bad enough, he'll drop 20 on them. What strategy do I use as a new coach at Auburn? So, great question, and one that I've talked about over and over, and I continue to harp on it. When you come into a new program, the biggest thing is to not get crazy with the changes. Now, there's 1,000 different factors that can go into it. Like, if I come in here and I've got nothing but freshmen ready to go, I can put in any strategy that I want to. But when I come in here and I'll look, I've got Allaway as a senior, Bright, Matthews as seniors. These are my best players. At guard, it's Williams, Moore, Coley, juniors and seniors. What I come in and do is I come in and look at what their proficiencies are. They were running, obviously, a shuffle and a 5-out. They had a little bit at triangle. What I prefer to run is a motion and a triangle. I feel like they're the two offenses that, I like to do high-level elite recruiting in the top 25, and I feel like those players coming out of high school most often know how to run a motion and a triangle. Motion more than anything. But I feel like those are traditional offenses. I prefer them. So I want to move towards those when I can. But coming into this, all of my talent, they know how to run shuffle and 5-out. So I don't want to go too far away from that. So last night when I set it up, I actually went 40, 40, and 20. But then I came back in and adjusted it even further. So what we're doing strategy-wise is we're sticking with the shuffle and the 5-out because that's what they know. We're going 45, 45, and then 10 in triangle. I'm trying to introduce the triangle slowly. To be quite honest, since everybody with any lick of talent this year is all going to graduate, I could have just completely eliminated this and moved on if I was going to do it 100% the way that I would normally do it. But I don't guess I thought quite this in depth last night as I am right this second. But anyway, I'm sticking with what they know. I'm trying to slowly introduce what I would like to do. I'm going relatively heavy into the offensive set usage. I could actually bump this up maybe 5%. And then in the practice plan, you can see here we're going 15% into shuffle, which I intend to keep. Shuffle's a perfectly good offense. We're teaching the triangle, which, again, I could probably drop that out because nobody I'm teaching it to this year is going to play any meaningful minutes after the end of this year. But we are still teaching the 5-out because we're running it pretty heavy. Next year, when those freshmen get here, this 5-out will completely disappear. I'll move. We'll see. I'll figure that out when we get there. But that's the strategy I'm running. That's my thought process behind it. And if you got any other questions about that, just shout them out in chat. But that's sort of where I'm coming from on that. All right, so 4-3, we got Colorado State coming into Auburn Arena. You can do that with my eyes closed if you noticed. So the Rams, Tom Bright, Brandon Slane, always not a scorer. He's just not. It's very interesting. Oh, now we get Chris's USC Trojans. Is this a tournament, or are we just playing back-to-back games? Why does that say league game? It's got to be a tournament, right? Mm-hmm. So the little icon right here shows you it's a tournament. I'm not sure which one that is, but this isn't actually an away game. This is a neutral court game. So the Auburn Tigers taking on your USC Trojans in a neutral court in some undetermined tournament. The Fighting Chris has got us. Slane and Bright still pouring in the points. USC looks like they're probably going to be a pretty good team this year. But we're going to be all right. And see there, they got ranked. I don't know if they won that game or not, but they are ranked. The Louisville-Kentucky game. Kentucky number 3 in the nation at home. Excuse me. Probably not looking good for my Cards. If we're just going to be honest. Yeah, anybody in chat, I know there's a handful of people in here. I don't know, it doesn't show who it is. So anybody that's interested in a multiplayer league, as Chris just mentioned, y'all are all free to join. Anybody that's interested in college basketball sims is very much welcome to the NCBA. Reach out to Chris in chat, reach out to me, however you want to go about it. If you want to do it, we got a great multiplayer league going. As long as Justin, is kept an appropriate distance away from his girlfriend. We actually have a whole lot of fun. So, the NC Asheville Bulldogs and the Auburn Tigers. There we go, taking care of business. Slane, Coley, and Bright, and now we got 2 more injuries. I didn't even see who it was, but I'm pissed. The injury bug is all over us this year. Son of a gun. All away. All right, strained abdominal. He's going to play through that. All right. Taylor, sore wrist, okay. And Matthews, he was already hurt. He's about 20 days out, so we're 6-4. God, we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. We're making do. Six and 4, about a third of the way through the season, probably. At least a third of the way through the regular season. I feel pretty confident that we will definitely be in some type of postseason. Exactly which tournament is TBD. Did you all see that? 75-39, the Zags beat Oakland bloody. Woo! 75-39. That's not even fair. Man, oh, how do you say that? Ohanis. Did you all see that name? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Look at my Georgia Bulldogs doing things. 69-63. Nice little win for them. Getting close to Christmas time here. December 19th. There was Merrimack. Looks like they ate a tough loss on the road. All right, guys. It's getting close to conference time. I'm ready to see what this team's got. Oh, on the road at Louisville. I don't know who to cheer for here. Actually, I do. But it would be better for my career if Auburn could pick this one up. But it's on the road at the Yum Center. It's a tough place to play, guys. It's a college team playing in a pro arena. They took care of business. Old Gord Grotenfeld, or whatever in the world that name was. Looks like Louisville's been dipping into the international waters for their recruiting, and they pretty easily dispatched us this year. Again, rear view mirror has long been ripped off. We only go one direction here. Here at Auburn, we only go forward. You lose, you walk off the court, that's over. Start working to prepare for that next game. 6-5, almost through December. Let's clear out the old inbox here real quick. A couple of scouting reports. Oh, yeah. We got conference play coming up. I think, did that say we play Southern Cal again, or was that like South Carolina or something, and I just looked at it too quickly? Did we play USC? I know we played USC in a preseason tournament, but are we playing them again in the non-conference season? Let's see. Gonzaga doing big things, big nasty things to people. 72-38. You got to be kidding me. Now here's a cool game. Anybody that wasn't in chat last night, New Mexico State and Auburn were actually the two final teams I was trying to decide on who I actually wanted to coach. So very interesting scheduling decision there by our athletic director. Some might say that was intentional, but I assure you I did not have any part of that. You all saw the entire scheduling process. The Aggies and the Tigers. See if I made the right decision. Oh, yeah. Woo. Just barely. And another injury. God. These guys are made of glass. Keith Granger. What do you got? Sore leg. Oh, look at that. That broken finger's back in 8 days. That's one of our 3 best players back in 8 days. We're having a decent season, and we're about to get back one of our best players. So I'm feeling real good about the 500 record for sure. Top half of the conference is probably the other one we should shoot for. And then making the NCAA and increase in prestige. Who knows how that'll go. No, the game doesn't want me to get fired again. Certainly not. It wouldn't have given me those recruits if it did. Because those recruits, that's... The problem right this second is I've got 2 kind of okay centers and 1 very highly rated small forward that can't score. So it's kind of a weird dynamic. I don't have any guards, but the guards that I do have very high scoring ratings. So it's a weird dynamic. Bringing in 6 players. I've talked to Chris about this and a lot of other guys in the NCBA. And just, guys that play Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2020 in general. Freshmen are inconsistent. But if you've got 6 good ones, you can pretty much assure that on any given night, 1 or 2 of them are going to be playing all right, if not more. So bringing in 6 guys like that are all, I've got real good feelings on all of them, we're going to be just fine. There's no more getting fired in this save. This is just seeing how long it takes me to get Auburn from where they are right now until they start hanging national championship banners. And you get out, Auburn at Alabama. Tough one right out of the gate. But, you get that team to where they're at an elite level. Once you get out to Sweet 16, Elite 8, it's all a crapshoot anyway. So, who knows when we actually hang that banner, but it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Auburn at number 7 Alabama. I expect a butt whooping here. Oh, close game. Wait, was that? Hold on a second. Did anybody catch that stat line? Did you see the stat line? 20 rebounds for Holloway. I mean, he's only scoring 12, but he's pulling 20 rebounds and 7 assists. He was 3 assists away from a triple-double. That's ridiculous. Bright nearly had a double-double. Wow. Well, that's some serious work on the boards. We were leading at the half, and then Bama came back and got us in the end. But that's not really a shocker. They're very highly ranked. That's a great showing on the road, to be quite honest. There's nothing but good things. You talk about a moral victory. That is a moral victory in my book. The other moral victory is going to be surviving about 2 more days and then getting back our other injured center. And then hoping that this ridiculous rash of injuries goes somewhere with itself. We've got to play 1 more game without him. LSU at home. We'll see what we can do. They normally say mano y mano. What do you say when it's tiger y tiger? See what we got here. LSU and Auburn. Tough loss. Tough loss. We're just not a great team. All that talent that looked like it was there hasn't really shown up so far, but at this point, our boys should be healthy again. All right, so let's get Matthews back in here. Let's get Hobbs back up as a sixth man where he belongs. And we'll put Gordon over Granger. Let the AI work out that matrix. What is wrong with Williams? Hold on. What's wrong with Sherman Williams? Sore calf, 3 days. No issue there. All right, we're healthy again. We're healthy again. We're at 7-7. We haven't won a conference game yet. We had a good showing at Alabama. LSU was a bad game. But we've got one more player back out on the court. Another starter back healthy. So hopefully that just creates a little bit more consistency. That's what we're really looking for here. A little bit more consistency. About 7:30. We've been live for about an hour and a half now. Uh-oh, headed into Georgia. My new team versus my old team. We got a bunch of upperclassmen though. Like we should have a chance in road games. We did well at Alabama. Let's see if we can't pull off a win here. Oh, pull off a win. That was a domination. That was 32 points. We just smoked those fools. Get out of here, Georgia. It's not football season. Took them out real quick. That was ugly. 32. So it puts us back on the correct side of 500. Still 1-2 in conference. We definitely have to get that figured out. But I got faith. I've got faith. Mississippi coming in. So they're having a decent year. We're going to have that home court advantage. I'll take it. The Rebels and the Tigers at Auburn Arena. Oh, yeah. Oh, and look at Matthews. Straight out of the gate. He's back. He's healthy. He's playing. And he's contributing in a big way. Bright, Allway, and Matthews, the three guys that we needed to have right off the beginning of the season. Now they're all healthy. Now they're all playing. And we're winning games again. Post-game incident. What is this? Jamie Taylor. That was... Oh, I missed that. That was like 12 days ago. Whoops. That must have been one of the times that I thought that we had 2 injuries in a game, and it was really just 1 injury and 1 team incident report. So, missed that one. Nine and 7, 2-2 in the conference. We're halfway through January of 2035, guys. Y'all been with me for 15 seasons now. I really do appreciate it. Now we're headed down to play the Mississippi State Rebels. Are they the Rebels? I know it's Starkville, Mississippi, right? No, the Ole Miss Rebels. What's Mississippi State Bulldogs? We got some Bulldogs and some Tigers. In Humphrey Coliseum. Can we go into Humphrey Coliseum and pull out a win? It would be great. It would be great. Oh, 3 points. Look at Allway filling it up. So the dude, like, he doesn't score, but my God, for a small forward, he's the best rebounder I've ever seen. You talk about the round mound of rebound. Charles Barkley, the power forward position, being one of the most prolific rebounders ever. John Allway from the 3 position. I wonder what he averages on his career. I wonder if we should take a look when we get to the end of this. Somebody, Chris, try to remind me in chat. Before I end this season, we need to take a look at Allway and his rebounding statistics. Not only over his career, but like game highs and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're grinding it out in the SEC. Now we got Alabama coming into our place. Now, they're a better team than us. I think that much is clear. But we gave them a heck of a game at their place without one of our 2 big men. Now we're healthy. Now we're in Auburn Arena. Let's see if we can make a statement right here in conference play against the Crimson Tide. Yes, we can. Alloway, Bright, Matthews. Those are our boys. Alloway dropped 19 and 11, and we just got our first top 25 win at Auburn. And now, guys, we are sitting pretty. We're at 11 and 7 on the season, 4 and 2 in conference, and this season is rolling. If we stay healthy, we're hitting at least 2 or 3 of our season benchmarks, and the cushion season is 100% in effect. It looked a little bit ugly when we lost one of our 3 best players in the very first game, but here we go. Reactivating the cushion, rather. It's out. And then we've got the class we got coming in. I cannot believe. I'm so excited for it. Either you all are all going to have to leave the stream, or my wife's going to have to come down here and drag me to bed tonight. Auburn and Vanderbilt. So now, can we go on the road and get a win against a top 25 team? They're just barely top 25, but top 25, those are quality basketball teams, certainly. So the Tigers and the Commodores, and they take care of business. Robert Lee, no middle initial, really took care of us. So Vanderbilt survives at home. We didn't really give them a big challenge there. But we're still 11 and 8, still 4 and 3 in conference, and we're approaching the end of January. At the very least, I feel great about going 500, if nothing else. Look at Gonzaga, just beating on people. It's really not fair. I don't know what they're doing out there. So now we got South Carolina coming in. If we play our game, this should be a win. This is a good team. They're a pretty good team, actually. So this is maybe a little bit more in the realm of a toss-up. Oh, yes, sir. Look at Slane with 19, Bright with 18. Alloway didn't really get on the boards, but he found a way to get some big buckets, and we took care of South Carolina. So that's an important win for sure. We got here a little bit of an update on the Norton Award. So, coming on through. Now, look at that. Allaway was, number 10, number 12 preseason? He's not even in here. Simmons is still in here. So, see, the guy from Florida still crushing it. Louisville, Jake Owens. Did I recruit him? I think I tried to recruit him in Nebraska last year, right? But yeah, Allaway completely out of the Norton running now at this point. Not really surprising given his relative lack of scoring over the year, but the rebounds have been ridiculous. So, he's definitely a talented player. He's just not getting the stats that people want to see for those kind of national awards and that sort of thing. So whatever, all good. So now we are through January. All right, guys, like I told you at the top of the stream, I want to bring you as much as I possibly can tonight. So, look, Gonzaga again. Do they ever do anything by less than 20? Trying to bring you as much as I can tonight. Got to take one of those breaks. Let me run up. Time to stare at the chair for a minute. We're headed to LSU next. When we come back, we'll try to play this game. We'll also take a look at our standings, see where Nebraska's at on the year. So a couple of things that we definitely want to just keep tabs on. Excuse me. A couple of things we definitely want to keep tabs on. We're going to do it just as soon as I get back. Give me like a minute and a half, 2 minutes to run upstairs, make sure everything's good, talk amongst yourself. If y'all got things you want to see, think about it now. Any questions, shout them out. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We got refreshments. Let's see, what do we got? So, let's check out, first of all, our standings in the SEC. See where we're at. So 5-3 puts us just on the right side of top 50% of the conference. Not that far back though. We're looking good so far. The problem for us, we did beat Alabama. That's a good win. Did we play UK? I know we've lost to Vandy already. I know we have not played Florida. So, there's a handful of good schools out here, a handful of tough games left for us, but so far so good. Let's take a quick look at that Big Ten. I'm really interested in seeing what Nebraska's doing this year with that roster that we left them. Look at that. Even after losing half the roster, like after they fired me, half my players bailed, they're still 6-4, 13-8 on the year. What? Oh, God, that makes me so mad. Like, we knew we had them set up for success. We knew it. They're going to make every goal this year. The new coach just got handed that. I'm going to take out my frustration on LSU here in a minute. No, I'm just joking. I have no idea what the team will actually do. I'm going to take my frustration out on the recruiting class next year. We're going to go nuts 2 years in a row. And we'll see if it happens tonight or not. I'm hoping that it will. But let's see. No promises. You never know how things go. So Nebraska looking good. What was the other thing? Was there one more other thing that I said I was going to do? We were going to look at standings in our conference, standings in the Big Ten. Did we want to take a look at our stats? Kind of see how Always doing so far. Yeah, back to the man cave. That's correct. Kind of looking at these 2 point guards right now. Look at Williams turning the ball over. Like, Coley is the one the computer wanted to start. I forced it to start Williams, but look at this. Like, he's getting one more assist and one more turnover a game. I guess ratio-wise, they're pretty close, but Coley's scoring more. I mean, Slane's crushing it for sure. All the way, so close to averaging a double-double. Just can't quite get there. Tom Bright has been magnificent on the inside, scoring-wise. Not rebounding a ton, but, always pulling that from the rebounding perspective, so we don't have to worry too much. So the only real question here is, do we want to swap back Coley for Williams? We've got a big-time point guard coming in next year, so Coley will definitely be a backup then. I don't know how much we need to worry about that, but I mean, just look at the percentage of shooting. Well, yeah, let's flip it. Let's flip it. We can see how those stats move, and then take another look once we get to the postseason. So if they stay the way they are, or go even more in Coley's favor, he will obviously keep the job. If they kind of slide backwards, then we'll move Sherman Williams back in. Let him paint the town red when we come into the tournament time. Sorry, that was an awful dad joke pun. Auburn Tigers, LSU Tigers, once again, battling it out, this time at LSU. They got us at home, so obviously they've got to be favored at their place. Woo, but we took them down. Look at Tom Bright. That's right, baby. It's getting that other center back has made a huge difference, folks. Huge difference. We've been playing so much more consistently. Look at Tulane, looking like hot garbage, 12-9, losing to South Florida. It's safe to say Tulane's time has passed. Nebraska's probably got a year or two to peak here, but they've already lost so many of our players. They're not going to last. It's all about those Tigers. War Eagle. Texas A&M coming in. We're 13-8, 6-3. I mean, it's about time to go on a little bit of a run, folks. It's about time to go on a run. Take care of these Aggies. Make it happen on the inside, Tom Bright. Yes, sir. Always Lane and Hobbs. 14-8. We're making a run at that NCAA, baby. 7-3 in the SEC. That's what's up. Yes. Yes. Slane has been an absolute, I don't know what you want to call it, just a revelation at shooting guard. The way that he's scoring. For a guy that's like 2 stars to be scoring like that's ridiculous. So Slane has totally picked that up. We're still trying to find exactly who our point guard is. But, you know, we've got 2 decent options to choose from. We're rolling into these NCAAs. You watch. Unless we hit a really, really rough patch schedule-wise, which very well could happen. And here it is, right? Just as soon as I say that, we're headed to UK. So I know Agalia's probably over there, you know, having his little moment in the sun. But enjoy it while it lasts. About 2 years from now, and UK will be an afterthought in the SEC. Auburn will be taking it over. But for now, we head into Rupp looking like a heavy underdog. And we lose by 12. Look at Shane Harris. God, I think he's the number 1 Norton candidate, right? I don't know if you guys are keeping up with the Norton. I'm pretty sure a guy from UK is first or second, third at worst. And I think that it is Harris. But anyway, here we are approaching the middle of February in really, really strong position. This season's gone probably about like we expected it to. I would have preferred to have like beat East Tennessee State or whatever it was, so we ate a bad loss or 2 here and there. But we got a big win here and there, and now, like I said, you can always hit a buzzsaw schedule-wise at UK, followed up by at Florida. So we head down to number 3, and now we head down to number 5 in the Stephen C. O'Connell Center in Gainesville, Florida? I almost said Gainesville, Georgia for some reason. Auburn at Florida, not looking good for the home team. Allway pulled in his double-double. Barry Day, the Norton candidate, only 11-2, but Mark Vaca dropped 27 on us. And we fall back to, what are we looking at here? Day. 14-10 on the season, 7-5 in conference. After going back-to-back on the road against top 5 teams, it's not the worst position to be in. It could certainly be much, much worse. Let's take a look at the schedule here, guys. See what we've got coming up. We're getting close here. We got 6 games left, no more ranked teams, 4 home games. This is lined up right for us. Check the standings again, see where we're at. Sitting pretty here just on the right side of top half of the conference. So if we play like we should and close this out, top 50, top half of the conference, we're going to get that without question. And the only question is going to be, are we in the NCAAs or not? Now, if we lose some games that we shouldn't lose, that equation changes. So let's just see how we finish out here, closing out the 2035 season here in our first season with the Auburn Tigers. So, a lot of Tigers. We got the LSU Tigers, Auburn Tigers, Missouri Tigers. But they're pretty god-awful. We should handle that, and we did by 18. Slane, Hobbs, and Bright lead the way. So that's good stuff. Good stuff. 15-10, 8-5 in conference. Feeling pretty good. Well, Tulane did their thing. Simmons did his thing. They're still not ranked, which is a shame. I had them set up. Oh, the old boy out of NC Greensboro or wherever it was, he's really not living up to standards. Although he did steal a power forward from us. And that guy will be good if he stays eligible, if they didn't pay him. Which I have my doubts. The Tigers and the Razorbacks are heading on the road to Arkansas. So they're not a great team. This might be a toss-up. This might be an opportunity to win one on the road. And we do it by 13. Look at Alloway fill up the board on the stats. Filled up the stat line. 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals. He's all over the place. So for a 5-star guy, he's really lame as far as the scoring goes. But man, he fills up everything else. It kind of reminds me, like back in the day, if anybody follows Louisville basketball, it kind of reminds me of Terrence Williams. He certainly could score, as athletic as could be, but like he got all the rebounds, he got the assists, he'd get blocks and steals. He was an energy guy, he was just athletic, like out of this world athlete. Played a little bit with the Celtics, had some good games here and there, played a little bit overseas. One of my favorite players to watch. But that's kind of the vibe always given me. Like he's an athlete. He's not so much like a pure scorer, just an athlete going out there and making things happen, making plays. Tennessee, 17-9. We're 16-10. So a couple of good teams here, but. No. We're not getting. I told you at the beginning of this. As soon as I saw this Auburn roster, we weren't getting fired. And once I recruited that recruiting class, it was over. We're not getting fired from here. Period. This is just at this point. This save is all about seeing how long it takes us to get this team to the Final Four, get them into championship games. Because we're not getting fired again. Guarantee it. 74-68. Take a 6-point win over the Volunteers. Like we're headed for the NCAA's here, with the roster that we inherited. Not to mention the fact that we're bringing in a top 10, if not top 5 recruiting class. Now, next season, next season will no doubt be a step back. Like I'm not even going to like argue that. It's going to be a step back. But it's going to be a step back to 12 and 16 or something like that, like a little bit below 500. Hopefully not too much worse than that. And then it's going to be a quick bounce back. Like this season gave us the cushion to bring in our guys and then let them learn the system, let them grow into, sophomores and juniors, and then just put it on people. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see, but we're not getting fired from here. If we do, I completely earned it and we'll just shut down the stream. I'll go away. No way it's happening. Georgia and Auburn. Taking care of business. Tom Bright with 26 points. My boy Alloway with the double-double. That's like double-double Higgins back. BB Higgins, DD Higgins. Back in the day, Alloway, all he knows is double-doubles. It's all he does. He gets it. And what he's got to worry about, he's not worried about rebounds. He's not worried about anything else. He's got to get to 10 points. If he gets to 10 points, it's a guaranteed double-double for that dude. He's a beast on the boards. Ooh, Tulane taking care of some people there. 90-60. Woo! We are 18-10 on this season. That's a wow. I mean, there's no way we don't make the NCAA, right? And we got a couple of gimmies coming up, I believe. Oh, not this one. We're on the road at Mississippi here. This will be tough. But we could get 20 wins in the regular season for sure. Oh! 4-point loss. Brighton Matthews looked like they did their job scoring-wise. Just not quite enough to get over the hump there on the road against a decent team. So, back to 18-11, 11-6. I know we finish at home. Let's check the schedule real quick. I don't remember exactly how it was set up. So we got Mississippi State at home. Is this the last game of the year? Oh, look at that. At Mississippi, we went to overtime with them. So yes, this game here finishes out the regular season. So let's play it out, and then let's go take a look at that point guard battle and see if we're happy with the change that we made, or if we'd like to go back to Mr. Sherman Williams. "30 points, Bright, Allway, and Matthews." Now, the thing that's a little bit unfair to Williams is that Dante Matthews has been healthy for most of Coley's starts. So, not totally fair, but at the same time, like, if you were making plays, anybody could have made plays. You could have got somebody else. So you can see here, Coley's actually a little bit ahead on minutes now. He's way ahead on points. Turnovers pretty even. He's well ahead on assists. Percentage-wise, he's crushing him. So we're sticking with Coley. It's mostly not that different. A little bit better assists, much better shooting. We're sticking with Coley. Always still struggling to get the points to be average in a double-double. Let's take a look here, just in case I forget, just in case I get to the end of the season and, get kind of carried away. Let's see what this dude's done rebounding-wise on his career. Look, he's been over 30 minutes a game ever since he got here. He scored almost 1,200 points. For a guy that doesn't really score much, over almost 1,200. Look at that. Is that 1,100 rebounds? That's ridiculous, guys. 1,100 rebounds. Are you kidding me? Only 10 double-doubles is actually surprising. And that's just because of points, guarantee it. Steals, blocks. We can get into the history. The history doesn't actually update, I think, until after we run the season. So that's something that we'll need to check next year. I'm very interested to see if he's not the leading rebounder in Auburn Tiger history right now. All right, so let's bounce through these emails real quick. Nobody declaring. Shane Harris, like I thought, number 1 on the Norton candidates. Barry Day there at number 3. Jeremy Simmons up to number 5. Last time we're doing that on stream. A little bit of green wave going there. What else did I want to check out? Let's check the standings. See how we did there. 12-6. Tied for second in the conference. That's exactly what we're talking about. So, we're above 500. We're top half of the conference. All that's left now is make the NCAAs and increase prestige. I think making the NCAAs is virtually a lock, but winning the first game of the SEC tournament would make me feel that much better about it. And at that point, all that's left is increased prestige, and who knows. We're still on at 8 o'clock, guys. We can still make some moves here. Uh-oh. I hit a button way too fast. Oh, I thought I locked something up. I need to save real quick. I don't want to stream for 2 hours and lose this. It's a nice little reminder, though, to hit a button too fast and have a brief panic. Brett Strandmark, this guy over here for Texas A&M. Did I not recruit him at Nebraska? I think that I did. All right, so we're not in this round either. We get another bye into Thursday. All right, so we get Vandy on a neutral court. So a couple of pretty evenly matched teams. Excuse me, they beat us pretty badly at their place. But we weren't healthy. Now we're healthy. Now we're on a neutral court. Now let's throw down the gauntlet and see what we got. Commodores and Tigers. Oh, 15-point win. Coley doing work. Now we got Florida. Hey, look at that. Agalia, I don't know if you're still in stream, but where's your Wildcats, bro? They run into a 16 seed again? Florida stands directly in our path of a SEC championship matchup with the winner of the South Carolina-Alabama game. So let's see who would we potentially be facing. All right, so South Carolina moving on to the SEC championship game. Tigers and Gators on the hardwood. SEC semifinals. What do we got? Damn. 82-75. We lost by 7. Well, let's take a quick look at the box score there. See how that game went. So our starters were actually decent from a plus-minus perspective. Hobbs and Granger sucked. Slane was in foul trouble. So they tried to play Williams. He got into foul trouble as well and actually played a decent game. Like, Hobbs and Granger just sucked. They gave the game away. Like, from a plus-minus perspective. Day, their Norton Award candidate. Look at that, 15-16. So there was an issue. Whoever was matched up against Day, because it started off as Slane, and then they tried to bring in Williams, and whoever was up against him just couldn't keep him off the foul line. So he killed us. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 15-16 from the line. We actually had a decent second half. But the Gators knock us out of the SEC tournament. It's not a road game. That's a neutral court game. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad loss. I mean, we're obviously not in the place to be competing with top 10 teams for tournament championships. Florida should win this SEC championship. And they did, 86-71. So they easily won that. But now we're headed to the selection show. Let me get the speaker. Turn that down a little bit. I know it always blares. Got it basically. Shit. There we go. I was just trying to skip the music part. I want to watch the show. All right, let's see what we got here. Yale, Siena. We've got to be in this, right? Ole Miss is in a play-in game. We're better than Ole Miss. We're in. Louisville in a play-in game. What? Oh, no, they're not. Never mind. Villanova Wildcats with a 1. Xavier with a 2. San Diego State a 3. The Arizona Wildcats a 4. There's Nebraska. I told you guys. I told you. Nebraska's an NCAA team now. 1 year. If they had a little bit of patience, I could have kept their roster together, brought in more recruits, and even with half the roster I built, they're NCAA team. BS. Yeah, random test. We finished like 20-12 or something. We're good to go. We're in this tournament somewhere. There we are, right there. The 8-9 matchup against Florida State. I don't know if I like us having a 9. But it's better than Nebraska's 10. Losers. All right, so we're a 9 seed. So UK grabbed themselves a 1. The Zags with a 2. Whew, they feel underranked to me. They were beating the pants off of people. Bama with a 5. Flo Rida grabs a 1. Arizona State with a 2 seed for real. USC a 3. Georgia Tech, Notre Dame. Vandy and LSU. The Cuse with a 1. The Oklahoma Sooners a 2. Washington pulls a 3 seed. And the South Carolina Gamecocks with a 4. Wow, UT with a 6. This could be an interesting tournament, folks. But yes, we finished well above 500. We are in the NCAA tournament. We're 20-12 on the season, 12-6 in conference. We easily got that. We're in the NCAA. We're in the top half of the conference. The only other goal we could possibly either make or miss is the prestige. But we're going at least 3-1, if not 4-0 on our goals. So, as I mentioned before, total cushion season. We're through this one easily. Nothing else to worry about. Now let's see if we can increase that prestige. It's a good first year. Next year we will definitely slide back some. Because we're just going to be so young. We're not going to have any help whatsoever. Coley, maybe. So this 8-9 matchup, and this could be, no, we won some. I was going to say, like, it would be our first NCAA win in a while. I know we won some NCAA games at Tulane, but we certainly never even made that tournament at Nebraska. So this would be my first NCAA tournament win in about 4 years. And we nailed it. Ooh, that was a big one. 17 points. So now we get to go take on a number 1 seed. And doesn't look good for us, but it's an opportunity. This is an opportunity. Guys, go out there and play your game. Tigers are better than Wildcats all day, every day. We can take them out. Shock the world, boys. Alloway. Bright. Let's do it. Here's the shocker of the tournament. Shit. Couldn't jinx it. 16-point win. Villanova knocks us out in the first year. Bright with 13. Granger with 10. Alloway was nowhere to be seen. No idea what happened to him. And that's all she wrote for the first year of the Auburn Tigers. But, folks, I'm still feeling strong. I think my kids are in bed. As long as in about another 30 minutes you can watch the chair for another little bit. We're going to power as far through this as we possibly can, for real. Yeah, I vibed it as hard as I could, man. I tried to fake it out. I tried to call in the karma and the, jinx, whatever you can do. Cross the fingers. All my toes were crossed. I just couldn't get it done. But there go the Zags rampaging on people through this tournament. Let's jump over. Where is NCAA tournament? Here we go. So we are on Friday. Shoot, we ran Sweet 16 today. Sweet 16. Let's go ahead and run through these. We'll check out what the Elite 8 looks like. The prestige, Lord Clamel, really depends on, mostly, in my opinion, success in the postseason. Conference championships help a lot. Deep runs in the NCAA tournament help a whole lot. But just having a good regular season is not enough, that's for certain. Regular season wins, unless they're over very, very prestigious schools, mean basically nothing. So, here in the Boston region, the Arizona Wildcats ended up knocking off Villanova. They'll play UConn, the 6th seed, in Minneapolis. Kansas State, woo! Agalia! Somebody call Agalia. Chris, call Agalia. Look who just lost to a number 16 seed again. They can't get away from it. UK's jinxed. They lose to 16s. That's what happens. And to Robert Morris. Robert Morris actually beat UK in either the NCAA or maybe the NIT like 10, 11 years ago. And I sent so many funny emails to my coworkers about it. I was asking them for like their opinions on a resume of my buddy named Robert Morris. So UK apparently is jinxed and cannot beat 16 seeds. Robert Morris with a big win there. And then Virginia Tech takes them out. Kansas State moves on to play the Zags in the Elite 8. I'm all Zags here. I'm all in on the Zags. I think they're winning it all this year. Florida, we had 2 number 1 seeds lose to 16s. Mercer knocked out the Florida Gators in the first round. Mercer knocked out the Florida Gators in the first round. So in Austin, you've got Notre Dame versus Arizona State. And in Salt Lake, finally a number 1 seed managed to slip by a 16. And Cuse actually followed that all the way out. They're in the Elite Eight against Oklahoma. So this one's pretty chalk. The rest of the brackets, the 2 seeds mostly holding up except for over here. Akron took out Xavier. So this tournament's all kinds of tournament, basically. This is what March Madness is about. You get so many years where it's just such chalk. The Zags moving on to the Final Four. As I mentioned, I fully expect my money's on the Zags. I think they're bringing home that banner. So Arizona took out UConn. Oklahoma took out the Cuse. So there you go. Arizona, Gonzaga, Arizona State. Oh, the state of Arizona representing. Not only that, when's the last time there was a Final Four with 0 teams east of the Mississippi? 2 teams from Arizona, along with Oklahoma and Gonzaga. Guys, this is an interesting Final Four. You're not getting this anywhere but here. Very, very interesting. My money is all in on Gonzaga. I'd bet my house on them. Please, nobody take me up on that bet. I like my house. So let's sim through, see who wins this, and see how you look on coaching. See if anybody leaves us. All right, we get the last save in the 2035 season. And then it's on to Final Four games. 3 games left in the season, folks. 2 Final Four games and 1 national championship. Let's see what we get. Then we'll take a look at awards, and then it's on to coaching and into the 2036 season. So Oklahoma, definitely a winner. It looked like... I'm not sure in the other one. I didn't see. It was too fast. Oklahoma's going to play... Who are they playing? The Zags. That's what I was thinking. And they actually handled it quite easily. 13-point win. It's all Zags. I mean, somebody called that. Somebody called that as they announced the tournament teams and Gonzaga popped up as a 2. Somebody said they're underrated, they're winning. They beat everybody by 30 all season long. It's quite obvious. Gonzaga Bulldogs, national champion. Sorry for the loud noise. This microphone's supposed to only pick up one way, but apparently that noise always really bothers everyone, so my bad. Individual awards, Barry Day out of Florida, the Norton. McKeever out of the Zags pulls the MOP. You out, Lord Clamel? Brandon Kreider from San Diego State, Virginia, UCLA, and Mark Turgeon from Gonzaga, 39 wins, 2 losses. Nice looking year out of the Zags. Barry Day, a first team All-American, along with Shane Harris and Jeremy Simmons. Look at that dude. I recruited that dude at Tulane. He's a first team All-American now. Gotta be kidding me. Brendan Cardinal from Belmont? Who's this guy from Belmont? Wow. All right, interesting stuff there. Let's take a look at... Well, first of all, I'm interested in the Big Ten. Nothing individually or first team. Second team. So we did have 1 second team player. All right, whatever. On to that SEC. Barry Day, John Brennan, all over it. Tom Bright, first team all-conference, almost 16 points a game and 6 rebounds. Alloway was a second teamer. All right, there's your awards. So we had 2 more all-conference players that year with Auburn. Obviously, Simmons, the All-American. We recruited him. I'm taking all the credit as far as that goes, but we won't get it on our coach's screen. So let's see how the coaching changes work out if anybody gets hired away. If nobody gets hired away, I'm headed straight into next season. We've already looked at the stats on Alloway. We're still not going to get his career stats correct until we simulate the offseason, I believe. So, succeeded. Oh, we went from 54 to 60. We went from 54 to 60. Guys, 60's getting dangerous. 60's getting dangerous. It doesn't take much. We're getting there. Season, we failed upward. We landed this job, and we're going to make these Auburn Tigers national contenders. God, I can't wait to get into this next season. Let's roll.